Hiya and welcome to my channel. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this. I don't even like having photos taken of myself, so I'm doing this channel as a diary and a video log of my weight loss journey, mostly for myself to use as a tool to look back on and reflect of the good, the bad and the ugly of the whole thing. But if you're here, that might mean that I've got over I don't really want to tell people about my weight loss surgery anxiety that I've got going on, mostly because I don't want people's negative opinions to affect me. I want to tell who I want to tell right now, and that is it. So a bit about me. I'm 35. I live in Wales in the UK. I have 3 children and 2 stepchildren, so if you hear anything, and I've got 2 dogs, it could be them in the background. I've always been overweight. I've got big bones. I know that's the thing that fat people say, but I am fat as well, but I've got big bones. I've got size 9 feet wide. In the UK, that's pretty large for a woman. But I've always struggled with my weight. I've always been overweight. When I was 12, I weighed 12 stone and I was a size 12. The only time I've ever really lost weight as an adult was when I had a bit of a traumatic thing happen in my life, and I starved myself and went to the gym 4 or 5 times a week, and I wouldn't leave there till I burnt 2,000 calories, and it wasn't a healthy way to do it, and I have damaged my body by being so reckless and stupid. I've got a hip injury now and I live with it every day. It's still very painful and it stopped me from going to the gym, which obviously has helped to make me gain weight again. It's hindered my life, I guess. I managed to get down to 205, which is about 14.5 stone, back 8-9 years ago, and I kept probably a bulk of it off for a year, so I probably stayed between 15 stone and 16 stone, I guess, for a year or 2 years, and then I injured myself, and slowly but surely that weight has crept on and crept on and crept on, and I've literally tried every single diet under the sun. So for the past 2 years I've been on keto, on and off, gaining a stone, losing a stone. Someone's birthday would come up and I'd not want to go back on keto because it was so restrictive, and I have researched so many recipes. I've tried to replicate things, and I still was missing alcohol. I was still missing treats, and when I was coming off for even planned events, I could not get back on it because I felt like I was depriving myself of things. And the whole lifestyle of it just wasn't clearly working, even though I thought it was. And I've researched having weight loss surgery for the past 2 years. First of all, it was a gastric band, which when I looked into it, I realised that the success rates of them were so low, and lots of people were getting them taken out because they'd slipped or revised into a sleeve or a bypass later on. So when I've researched everything, I've decided on RNY, which is gastric bypass. And after looking into the prices in the UK to go private, it was between £12,000 and £15,000, and I can't really afford that. So I looked into going abroad, and then I settled on Lithuania. We're going to Kaunas, and I'm having my procedure done by Kuno Medical on the 19th of August, which is in 3 days time. And I've stalked my surgeon more or less, and I've looked into the company, the clinic, looked at all the reviews. I've even looked at other clinics that are operating out there, and they've had sort of support groups that I've been on, and with the same surgeon operating through different clinics, I've managed to find the good, the bad and the ugly, and really there haven't been that many bad reviews at all. Really there haven't been, so it really helped me to take some time to digest everything, and I ended up booking the surgery a few months ago. So since April the 1st I've been following my own diet. My surgeons asked me to just go low carb and sort of watch my calories, watch my fat. He hasn't really given me a diet to follow pre-surgery. So I researched loads about the liver shrinking diet, and then I ended up finding the macros to liver shrink, which were between 60 and 90 grams of carbs a day, 60 and 90 grams of protein a day, and 30 to 40 grams of fat a day, and to keep my calories under sort of 1,200 calories. So for the past few months I've been doing that, and then the past 2 weeks I've been keeping my calories between 800 and 1,000 calories. So I've been on the lower end of the carb allowance and the fat allowance to actually shrink my liver, to make surgery as safe as it could be. By doing that, I've been making a lot of homemade soups. I've made bone broth for after surgery, and I've been mixing my soups with it. It's great. There's so many benefits to it, and I've really enjoyed the diet. It's crazy to say it, but I've really enjoyed it, and obviously I've lost 23 pounds, so it's obviously working. You know, that's not to say I haven't had days off. I've had planned days off, I've been on holiday, but I've managed to get right back onto the diet, and I really feel that I've done really well. I feel really positive about it, and from what I've been researching, that the macros are more or less the same as what I'm going to be following for the rest of my life once I've recovered from surgery, and I'm back onto sort of solid foods in the portion sizes that I'm allowed. Those are the macros that I'm going to be sort of following. So I'm really happy, and I'm really positive about the future, and I know that I can follow it, and I know that I've got soups prepared in the freezer and broth prepared in the freezer for when I do actually get home. So I've got a little book that I'm going to be looking down at, because I've never done this before, so I want to make sure that I'm getting everything right. So I'm travelling on Sunday, which is 2 days away. My husband's coming with me. We've booked in to a hotel for the whole time that we're there. So I'm travelling on Sunday. I arrive Sunday afternoon their time. I have the surgery on Monday. So Monday morning I'll go to the clinic to have blood tests. I'm going to have an upper endoscope, because I've had a stomach ulcer in the past. It's just to check that everything's fine. I've been on omeprazole for 2 weeks to make sure my acid's all regulated and everything. After the endoscope, I see the endocrinologist for my blood results, and then I meet with the surgeon, and my surgery is planned for 5 p.m. on Monday. I stay in the clinic overnight, and I think I stay for all of Tuesday and Tuesday night, and then I get discharged to my hotel on Wednesday, all being well. And then I will meet with the surgeon, and I think I meet with the nutritionalist before my surgery as well. But I meet with the surgeon before I fly home, just to check that everything's fine, and I leave on Saturday morning to fly back to the UK. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I still haven't packed yet, but I think I'm positively looking forward. I guess I'm a little bit nervous, but I've got a few things prepared to take with me in my suitcase, because I've been adding collagen to my diet. Anyway, I've got androgenic alopecia. This is a wig, and you'll probably see loads on me. So I wanted to add that into my diet anyway, but it is really good for protein, and it's what's in protein waters. People are drinking, it's a new craze people are drinking. And I'm also taking sachets of sugar-free jelly to mix in the collagen into that, and like a squash shot to put in with the water. And I'm going to take my protein shake as well, just so that I know that I've got it. I think people have said that you can buy the shakes pre-made in shops that are close, and they sell like natural yogurt and things. So I'm just going to take what I know that I'm using already, and you know, in usual fashion my phone just froze, so trying to skip back to what I was going to say. In my next video I'm going to be sharing with you some photos and maybe some recipes or some ideas of what I was eating in a day post-surgery, so on my liver shrinking diet. I'm also going to share some items that I've been buying that I found really useful. I'm not paid to share any of these, it's just what I've found helpful. I'm going to upload my highest weight photos. I've been taking photos every month to sort of try to see some progression as I lose weight, and that's obviously going to change in the next few months, so I'll probably still do monthly photos, but I'm probably going to weigh more often. And maybe I'll do one video a week for the first sort of few months to really record everything that I've struggled with, everything that I found good, and I'm going to record my sort of surgery feelings while I'm over in Lithuania and the next week. So you might see me looking really rough. I'm just going to share everything because I think it's going to be useful for me to look back on anyway, if I don't end up sharing all this. And if I do end up sharing it with the world, then there's going to be people who are going to find it helpful. So I really hope you come along with me for the journey, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!